My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. I'm going to break down my favorite prize pick entry for UFC 274. If you don't know what prize picks is, it's daily fantasy, but it is ridiculously flexible and super easy to build the perfect entry and make a bunch of money. Follow along what I'm going to do here, but first go to prizepicks.com, promo code WWP, or go to wewantpicks.com/prizepicks. Either one will get you in there and get you an instant deposit match up to $100. So the promo code is WWP for We Want Picks. It's that simple. So get your instant deposit match and then come in here. And what we can do here is we can grab fighters based on fight minute lines, strike lines, significant strike lines, takedown lines, which is my absolute favorite, and fantasy score. And you see they have some Bellator in here as well. So we're going to ignore the Bellator. We're going to leave this alone. But let's come down and let's look at the UFC. There's also PFL in here. So there's honestly, it's the most flexible daily fantasy app as far as MMA is concerned. So fight minutes. What I like to do, I just want to look for something that seems off. What seems off here? So 9 minutes, that's a little over around. I mean, Charles Oliveira, I think this goes 11 minutes is over 2 rounds. Michael Chandler over 2 rounds. Andre Philo, round and a half. Let's leave these alone for now. And we're just going to go right to takedowns because that is my absolute favorite. So I'm not going to, what is very nice here is you can build an entry with PFL, with Bellator, and UFC, right? You can move all of these together. So I'm actually going to go to Lupita Godinez here. I'm going to do the less on takedowns for her, and I'll explain why in a second. Tracy Cortez, we're going to do the more. Blagoy Ivanov, oh man, he might get a bunch of takedowns, but let's see what happens there. And Carla Esparza, we're going to do the more. So let me walk you through my logic here. Lupita Godinez needs to be a bully to win her fight. She needs to drag you to the ground to win her fights, and I do think she can win this fight. But 3 takedowns is a lot of takedowns, and her opponent, Ariana Canellosi, is tough and strong. Big, strong hips, jacked. It's going to be hard to drag her to the ground. So I don't think Lupi's going to get more than 3 takedowns because the line is 3. So we're going under. Then we've got Tracy Cortez. She's making her comeback after a full year, but she is a takedown machine. And if you look at her fight, she's got 3, 4, 5 takedowns in every fight. She's having a hard time holding people down, but she is getting those takedowns. She's fighting Melissa Gatto. Great jiu-jitsu. Pretty good hands that we saw in her last fight, but I still think Tracy Cortez gets the takedowns, and honestly, she might get desperate with them. She might get a little scared on her feet and then shoot the takedown. So we're going over on Tracy. And then we're going over on Carla Esparza as well. So Carla Esparza already fought Rose Namajunas. And she beat her. She got a bunch of takedowns in that fight and TKO'd her. That was many years ago. Many, many years ago. But we did just see Rose Namajunas get taken down 5 times by Weili Zhang. And Carla Esparza is a far better wrestler. I do think Weili had that much success because of her striking and, you know, she's a little more dangerous. But I think Carla Esparza can get over 4 takedowns. It's a 5-round fight. I don't really think there's going to be a finish. I think Carla Esparza honestly probably loses this fight, but I think she's going to have some success early with the takedowns. So I'm going to do the more there. And this right here is what separates PrizePicks from everybody else. A, the flexibility, right? I'm doing takedowns, but you can do strikes and takedowns. You can mix it up. But the real selling point here is the fact that you can control your payout. If I do a flex pay and I bet $20 here, 20 wins me 45. So I still make some good money if I get all 3 correct. Or let's say I biff, Carla Esparza goes out there, gets 1 takedown, and then gets stopped. Well, I was wrong. I will still 1.25 times money. So I will come home with positive money even though one of these lost. But guys, you know I love my power play. So I'm going to throw $20 at this. 20 to win 100. And I'm going to lock it in. And you can build up to 5, I believe. So I did 3, but you can build up to 5. But let's take a very quick look at fantasy score. This is another one where you can spot anything that looks way too high or way too low, right? Kayla Harris, I mean, she's probably going to get a finish. That's why she's at 122 points there. But let's take a look here. Brandon Royval, I mean, he's kill or be killed. Francisco Trinaldo, these lines all look pretty good. Philo probably will get a stoppage. Oven St. Preux potentially. So this is saying Charles Oliveira wins by stoppage, essentially. That's what 100 points is. I'm on the Justin Gaethje side, but I can totally see where that is. And then we'll look at strikes. Again, I'm just looking for numbers that seem ridiculous. And there's actually no UFC strike numbers here, only PFL. But significant strikes, we will have UFC numbers. That's a shame because I love just straight strikes over significant strikes. And again, I'm just looking for anything that just seems off. And a line like this would seem off to me, but the reality is Ovince St. Preux is a pretty slow starter. But I do like the Charles Oliveira line here. So I'm going to do another little $10 entry here. We're going to say under 100 points. I personally don't think that Charles is going to stop Justin Gaethje, and I could be wrong. But if you think he will, then go over 100 fantasy points. And I do think it's going to go long. So we're going to go over the 41 significant strikes. Charles Oliveira is a very good striker. He may put that leg kick out there, and then that'll add up very quickly. So I like Charles Oliveira, the under on fantasy score. I like the over on strikes, and the logic there is I think the fight goes a little longer than people are thinking, and I think it's a war, and I actually think Justin Gaethje can win this fight. I'm not going to lock this in because you can't just do an entry with one fighter. But if you like this, take this, match it up against some of those takedown lines that we saw, and build yourself a perfect entry. WeWantPicks.com/PrizePicks. PrizePicks.com, promo code WWP. However you want to do it, make sure you use the promo code, use our links, and get your instant deposit match up to $100.